Hey guys, can you believe we're already into week 3 of a 5-week challenge? That means we're getting closer and closer to springtime. Let's go ahead and today let's talk about a head nod, ab prep, breaststroke prep, and we'll also throw in a hip bridge. So I'm giving you 4 new exercises to add on what you've already been doing at home. Let's start with a head nod. Head nod is pretty small. It's kind of like when we first learned to move our pelvis, making it a differentiated movement and just not letting anything else help, just moving the head. So if I start where I'm on the back of my skull and I just inhale and nod my chin slightly, not squishing my throat, keeping my throat nice and open, but just articulating the base of my skull from my first vertebrae. So we're just going to exhale and come back to neutral. So it almost looks like nothing. I'm going to do 2 or 3 more of those, and I want you to try them. Inhale, just nod your chin, and then exhale, look back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, nod. Exhale, look back up. And then we'll do one more. We're going to inhale, nod, and exhale, look back up. You can see how simple and small it is, but just really pay attention that you're not overworking your flexors of your neck and you're not pulling your upper body or picking your head up off the mat. The second move is our ab prep. So we're going to do a head nod to get us into the position for the ab prep. The other important part of the ab prep is not letting our pelvis or our thighs get involved. So now we're just going to differentiate our rib cage where before we were differentiating our pelvis. So an ab prep almost looks like a little baby sit-up. So I'm going to have my arms down at the mat. Let's tuck our pelvis once, and then let's tilt our pelvis once, and then let's go back in the middle so that we're in a neutral position. Remembering that our neutral spine is our ASIS and our pubic symphysis. All 3 points of those bones are in the same plane. I'm going to rest my hands at my side, inhale, nod my chin for my ab prep, and now as I exhale, just come up from my ribs. I still keep my throat open. I'm going to inhale up at the top, and then as I exhale, move my ribs back down. So we're going to do 4 more of those. Inhale, nod, exhale, inhale, and exhale, come back down. So if you think about it, that head nod just positions your neck in a good, safe position so that you can bend your ribs, flex your ribs, engage your core muscles to bring you up and to put you back down on the mat without overworking your neck. So that's our ab prep. Now let's move our ribs in a different position. Now we're going to work on a breaststroke prep. I'm just going to teach you breaststroke prep 1 today, and that is for extension of your thoracic spine, so getting your ribs to kind of extend backwards. Again, I want you to watch my neck. It's not about overworking your neck. Your neck follows along with your mid-back. So you're going to lie down on your mat, and you're going to bring your arms wide so that your collarbone is nice and wide. Think of your core being engaged. You don't want to be in an excessive tilt here, but you don't need to be in a tuck, but just make sure you're in a neutral position, leaning more towards a tuck, keeping your abs engaged. Inhale, just extend your ribs. So we're just going to think of lifting our breastbone towards the wall in front of us, almost reaching out through the crown of your head, keeping your collarbone wide. So we're going to try 5 or 6 of these. It's not this. So that's hyperextension of your neck. And if you can see the wall in front of you, that's what you're doing. So I'm going to do 3 more here. I'm just going to inhale and exhale. As I come back down, I want to think of even getting my spine longer. Inhale to come up. Exhale to lengthen down. And one more time, inhale to lift up. And exhale to come down. Then you could always push yourself back into what we call a shell stretch. So let's add this one in. It kind of looks like child's pose. I'm just sitting back on my heels. I'm going to stay here for a rest. Take a breath into the back sides of my ribs. And as I exhale, think of tucking my pelvis and sinking my hips heavier into my heels. And then we'll come back up. Now the last move I'm going to teach you guys today is called a hip bridge. I did teach you hip rolls in which we articulate our spine up off the mat. I hope you're doing those all the time. But now we're going to add in a hip bridge where we're just going to hinge at the hip joint itself and lift ourselves up in sort of an upside down plank. So if I'm laying down on my mat and my pelvis is in neutral, I'm going to push through my feet and see if I can engage my core and engage my glutes. And I want to think low fibers of glutes, not upper fibers of glutes, just to pick me up into a bridge. And then I'm going to hinge at my hip joint and come down. Think about your rib cage. So again, the ribs are staying out of it this time. We're not using the ribs, we're using our glutes and our core to pick up our hips. If you do this and pop your ribs up and hurt your neck, that's not what we want. So we're just trying to think of, we've got a axis of rotation right in the hip joint, and that's what's hinging and back down. You're in your neutral spine, your core is engaged, and your ribs are down. And I would say, if you feel these where you're supposed to feel them, I would go for 10 of these. And think of your big toes staying down, but your knees not dropping in or out. Your knees are going right out over your toes. Let's do 4 more. Exhale to come up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 2 more. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, down. And exhale, lift. And lower. Okay, that's your week 3 assignment. See how you do with those, and I'll be back next Monday to teach you a few more.